everyone, I'm Harriet JW and today I'm going to talk to you about fans. So a little bit about me. I was previously a director at the amazing F-List. I ran a company called Secret Sessions that started as a YouTube channel, getting 10 million views, working with artists like Ben Howard, Bastille, Mahalia, Arlo Parks. Then we grew into a live event that happened in London for 5 years. And now I'm focused on developing artists through a coaching program that focuses on building fans. So hopefully I've got some useful stuff to tell you today, but I'm just going to kind of talk about some of the processes that we help artists with and have seen to be successful in 2024 in the music industry. Now, I say 2024 because the music industry is a very different place to what it was say 10, 20 years ago. And often when thinking about fans and building a fan base, artists could be using methods that were more traditionally used for a very different industry. What I mean about that is that the music industry was previously based on this idea of people going out to buy records or CDs or tapes or whatever. But what's happened in the more recent years is that the whole of the music industry has become digitized, which means everybody listens to their music through subscriptions on places like Spotify, Apple Music and Amazon, and everybody markets their music on the internet as well. So they market their music through places like Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. The problem is the monetization around people going out to buy records means that you need a lot less fans in order to make an income. So if you think about how many fans you need to actually make an income now, if we look at like the Spotify model, you know, 1 million streams is only going to bring you, I don't know, around $3,000 a month. If you're part of a label, you have to split that. If you've got a manager, you're splitting that. So the revenue that you get through people listening to your music is very different from back in the day, where if someone went out and bought a CD, you might get, I don't know, 50, 60% of that amount of money. So that's the first thing to say about fans, is that we want to be building a model around the new industry and not the old industry. So the way that I think is the best model is that you think about these platforms, these digital platforms like YouTube, Spotify, Facebook, you see them as marketing. You don't see them as the place where you are going to build and own your fan base. Because what happens on these platforms is that people are very passive. So you're not really building fans, you're building followers or listens or, you know, passive listeners. So, you know, if you think about your music sitting on a Spotify playlist and getting a huge amount of streams, it's likely that those people are listening passively as the playlist just plays out, and they're not actually like, whoa, who's this artist? I'm going to go and look at them. I'm going to, you know, sign up to their mailing list. I'm going to follow them on Instagram. So we want to be thinking about building fans, not passively, but active fans, or what I call true fans. And the best way to do this is to take people away from those platforms and into a data set that you own. Now, email is the obvious one for this and the one that we use all the time. So take a follower from a digital platform and turn them into a fan on your email list. So I think a big concept to actually just switch in your head is that idea of what a true fan is. So a true fan is somebody that would buy your merch. A true fan is somebody that would tell their friends about you. A true fan is somebody that would come to a show. A true fan is somebody that will help you market your music. Whereas passive followers, they just hear it once or twice. So the big focus is moving people away from this passive space on digital platforms and into a true fan space on a mailing list, in an audience, and really that data is something that you own. So how do we do this? The best way to do this is to get started building that email list right away. And you want to be using the digital platforms to direct people over there. So I would say as a start, 1 in 5 pieces of content should be directing people to sign up for your mailing list. The other 4 pieces of content should be helping people to get to know you better, tell your story, and using those marketing platforms. Now, the mistake that a lot of artists make is that their whole social media is focused around asking audiences to do something. come to my gig, pre-save my song, download this, buy that. Whereas actually we want to be using these social media platforms to build connection, and then 20% of the time we're going to direct them over to a mailing list. And once they're on that mailing list, we're going to spend time building further connection. So to finish off, we really want to focus on building true fans and not just passive listeners or passive audiences on places where that data is owned by someone else.